So 80,000 is kind of my sweet spot on beans.
Yep.
Pretty safe for different variants of soils. Got some soils I'll bump at 90, 95, and I've got some that I 55,000.
Yep.
I've raised 89 bushel beans on 55,000 pop.
Guys need to understand there is a germination percentage too.
Yes.
Just because you drop 80,000 doesn't mean you're going to pop up 80,000.
Last couple of years had a lot of 90% germ seed.
85 even.
Or 85, yeah.
I'm guilty of that. It just the growing conditions down here have been subpar. They've been terrible.
suck.
So you got to take that into consideration too. I'm going to plant, let's just say you're going to plant 100,000 and your germination rate is 85%. 85% of 100,000 is 85,000. So guys, take that into consideration before you decide to drop.
That's a good tidbit.
So that's a helpful hint I can give you, and get your soil conditions in good shape. If you're going to lower populations, make sure you're not planting into pavement. Make sure you're not planting into mud holes. There are variables that have to be considered before doing any of this.
Just being a good farmer.
Exactly. Good management practices.
Don't get in a rush.
Exactly.
Don't get in a rush.
If you can slow down, let's just say you average 7 to 7.5 planting beans and you want a lower population.
Mile an hour?
Back her down a mile an hour. See how you get along.
I can't go that fast.
I bet you'd be just fine.
I just can't bring myself to go that fast. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice to go that fast, but
all I know it is, I planted corn at 9 miles an hour last year on the 107 because I was dodging those storms. It did great.
Yeah.
And I was like, kind of opened my eyes a little bit.
Yep.
Maybe I could boogie a little better.
Held singulation fine. That's kind of where I was at this year. I had one field.
It's like riding a bucking bull in that tractor across that field.
How fast can you handle it?
Yeah, it's exactly. Your planter can handle it just as fine as you can.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're about out of time. But so that's growing. That's through the growing season, and then harvest. I don't know. That's kind of you kind of learn a lot. That's the result time. Yep.
Yeah, and that's exciting time for us. You and I, we're burning the phones up. Hey, how'd this plot do, or how'd this variety do? Yeah. Very exciting. And that's something with the seed side of things is there's never a dull moment. I love every aspect of it.
And then you roll right into wheat.
Exactly.
At least here.
I don't just sell corn and beans like we said at the beginning. I've got cover crops, forages. I've got guys calling right now thinking about, sorghum Sudan planting here in 2 weeks. So I'm researching that on top of the soybeans. It's exciting. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
For coming on.
Absolutely.
I've had a couple of people ask me to have you come on.
Okay.
So, and it rained here. We got our corn in. Kind of was like, Friday worked out for Caleb to come up and film the podcast. And so, I wanted to bring, like I said, just find a good seed dealer. Find one you trust. Find one honestly, if you can find one that cares more about your crop and its performance than you do, you've hang on to that person because, it is an area of delegation that I think is so overlooked by farmers so many times because I quit looking so hard. Like really, I told Heathman, I was like, dude, I'm just going to finish up. I'm going to throw this in my planter and roll. And he's like, hang on. Let's talk about the kind of ground you're going in, this and that, this and I'm sitting here like, oh, come on. I want to get done. But he's got your best interests in mind, a good one will. And I wanted to bring the seed dealer in just to talk about, because as farmers, we're always, we've got a relationship with our seed dealer, but I don't know any, and I'm sure someone's done a podcast or talk or something in regards from seed dealer looking out to the farmer. But I just wanted to bring that to our audience, and we farm right next to each other. We're always bouncing ideas off each other. Have you tried this? Let's try this. Let's not do this, so on and so forth. And just learning a lot. You learn so much, from, I don't know, not just your seed dealer, but someone else. And then your seed dealer, a good one is going to tell you a lot about other areas of agronomy that aren't just seed. Like, hey, I was in this guy's field and I saw him doing this with his side dress. And I saw a good response from that.
Yeah.
That brings he brings you value in an area that he does not. That's not a seed sale.
I'm in a lot of areas. I see a lot of different practices, and I take notes because there might be something they're doing that I might, be able to
That
implement
you
on my
wanna
farm.
do. Yeah.
Or you and I, we could take this back and brainstorm like, that might be something we want to try.
Right.
And that's by getting out, seeing things, seeing different country. I love taking deliveries out. I took some stuff out to Sterling. That's some interesting country out in Sterling, Kansas. And, it's very interesting to think back how different just a couple 60, 70 miles are in the state of Kansas. So seeing what they do out there, learning different techniques, different practices I can bring back to my operation and yours, and, put them in the best way going forward.
Networking.
Exactly right.
So